Hello, I'm Craig Foster with Rooftec. We're on 6901 to 6999 Alamo Downs Parkway. We wanted to give you a bird's eye view of the roof, kind of like bringing you up on the rooftop. I'm going to go over some items with you regarding maintenance and repair items. I'm going to let you know what your roof consists of, give you some options, and in our proposal for repair and maintenance, and then we'll have a proposal for a roof layover. Looks like this is the original roof, so I would imagine the roof is 20 plus years old. It is a gravel asphalt roof over a perlite material, and let me show you what that is. We've done a core test here, so we've actually cut a hole in the rooftop all the way down to the metal decking right here. What we have is we have an asphalt surfacing, okay, over a perlite insulation, and this is basically used to span the flutes of the metal deck, really for no other reason, and that this asphalt will adhere to this perlite insulation. Now, one of the things with this asphalt, what I've noticed is that it looks, at most you have a 2-ply, and that is a very weak asphalt system. And also, when we were pulling away the gravel, this gravel is barely embedded into the asphalt here, so there's very little embedment in the asphalt. You have about a 3/4 inch thickness of perlite, and then you have about a 1/4 inch thickness of asphalt, which is very, very thin for this type of roof system. This is what it's made up of. This is all that you have on this roof at this time. So this roof would be a perfect candidate for a layover since you only have one roof on it. You could do a single-ply TPO white thermoplastic roof layover. It's lightweight, easy to install, very tenant-friendly for re-roof. It's very easy to come in and do a re-roof in that way, to where we can deal with all the existing equipment, all the existing pipe blocking, the flashings, etc. At this point, we would give you an estimate to do a layover roof here with virtually no other cost with other trades. Now there may be some repairs that you might have to make, electrical, gas, plumbing, etc. But as far as the actual layover re-roof, we can pretty much do a complete re-roof without having to pull in other trades for you. Okay, so let's take a look at a couple other things. One of the main things that we've noticed deterioration on this rooftop is the coping metal, which is it's really rusting badly, and you can see there's been multiple layers of paint trying to cover this up and protect it, but it's to a point now where it's got to be pulled off and redone. What we can do is we can reinstall a new pre-finished material, so it doesn't have to be painted. It comes in pre-finished colors, and it's baked on, and it's also primed and baked on the underside as well. So it works out really well for you. Now also, on the wall, they've done some type of covering here. I'm not sure what this is, some type of fiberboard. They've kind of covered it with some paint, some gray paint. I'm not really sure what this is. And what's happening is it's just blistering and buckling. They put cap sheet strips over it, which I've never even seen anything like this. So this is all coming apart here, and this is pretty common throughout the rest of the wall here. If you just pan around over here, you can see how they're all just coming loose here. And see that here, come down here, same thing here. They put some other type of metal down here, which is really put on very rough and that. So the wall conditions are the biggest problem just right off the bat that you have. Most of the other items are pretty much just maintenance, typical things you'd have to do on a regular basis to maintain your roof. But let's take a look at a few other items. Your skylights seem to be in very good condition. There's no cracking or grazing in the acrylic, so those look to be in pretty good shape. And then I'll bring your attention down to an expansion joint right here. Okay, this is an expansion joint material. And you've got one, two, I think you've got 3 of these on this rooftop here. And they seem to be in pretty good shape. There's no cracking in them. Over time, these will deteriorate and they need to be replaced. But right now, it looks fairly decent. We've seen a heck of a lot worse, and so those are in good shape. Those don't really need to be replaced right now. Okay, let's just take a walk over here. As you can see on the wall, you can see a lot, deterioration and the rusting down here as well. I mean, it's prevalent. It's a systemic. It's not just isolated. So you have a real problem on these walls. Now also on the wall area, what we want to do is we want to look down at this base flashing. This is a cap sheet membrane right here. This was put in when the rooftop was put in. But since you can't run the gravel up the side of the wall here, they have to put a membrane right here to cover it and then tie it into the roof system. What you want to do here is, as far as a maintenance item, is that you want to coat this. You want to start protecting this from the UV degradation. The ultraviolet is what destroys a roof. So we want to make sure that gets covered up. It's not to waterproof it, it's to protect the existing membrane from deteriorating anymore. So that would be a good maintenance item to do as well. As you can see, your roof disbursement is gravel and so forth. It looks pretty good. Your roof pitches to one side all the way down to gutters, all the way down to that back end. And there's good slope to your roof, so that's in your favor. You have at least a ½ inch per foot slope on this roof, and that's excellent. And it could even be a little bit more, but you have real good slope on your roof. Okay, we have here, over in this area with these particular condenser units, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them, it looks like. You have a pitch pocket here, and what they've done is they've covered this with and you can see I can pick this up and kind of, bend it. Let's see here. I can kind of pick it up and do this with it. What you want to do with this particular situation is we want to remove this lead, and we want to take out whatever's inside the pitch pocket, which would be some type of filler. Pull that out and put new filler in. You can see all the deterioration in all the sealants here, and this particular lead type of installation is really not the best way to cover these. So we just want to take those out, set it up for a good regular maintenance item to make sure that you can get to it easily and identify those areas to reseal or to use a pourable sealant in this case. Okay, let's take a look at a couple other items. Your pipe flashings look to be in really good shape. What we're going to want to do here is we just want to go through and we want to reseal everything, because this is what we call a hood, and it's just put on around the pipe, and we want to make sure this is all resealed real well. And we would do that throughout the rooftop as well. Your sleepers and nailers that everything is sitting on here, they look pretty good. They are starting to deteriorate, but for right now, they're still good to go. You wouldn't necessarily need to replace these unless you did a layover on the roof. Then we would go ahead and put some new pads under them and that. But they're still quite useful. Okay, I think that about does it on your rooftop. We're going to look at the other rooftop. There's 2, but I'm sure that'll be similar. There's also some additional areas where they have done some repair work on your roof with some asphalt, but that's on the other side of the roof. But there are some, but there's no real evidence that it's not holding or not working. So I just want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to come up here and take a look at this for you. We can definitely be an asset for you out here in Texas. And if you have any questions, please give me a call. That's Craig Foster. It's 865-6870, or the office number is 830-230-5000. And you know, after 30 years and thousands of roofs, we're real good at covering you and your assets from the elements. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Thanks for getting on the rooftop with us.